Hey guys, welcome to Be Built by Broza here from the Mecca. And today I want to show you a couple of unique movements for the biceps, and we're going to be using cables. I don't want you guys to think that we only use cables when we train, because we show a lot of cable movements, but we do use free weights and machines and everything, but a lot of the unique movements that I develop happen to work well with cables, which is why we're showing you that. The great thing about the bicep exercise that we're going to show you is they isolate and force the biceps to work very, very hard, because not only is the arm held away from the body, but it's also not resting on a pad like a preacher curl, so it forces you to really engage the biceps and the brachialis very, very strongly. And I'm going to show you guys those now. Okay guys, here's the first exercise. We are using an incline bench set to about 45-50 degrees. A long straight bar set to the low cable. And as you can see, he is leaning up against the pad. His arms are out in front of him just a little bit. And he's pulling from a full stretch at the bottom, and he's squeezing hard at the top. As you can see, his elbows are not moving. He's not bringing them back or forward. He's keeping them in the same position throughout the range of motion. He's getting that big squeeze at the top. He can't use any shoulders in this movement, and he can't press his arms against the pad. So it's really isolating the biceps and the brachialis and forcing them to work very, very hard from stretch to squeeze. This is an awesome movement, especially to finish off a workout, to get a tremendous pump and a tremendous squeeze in the muscle. Give this one a shot. Okay guys, here's the second bicep movement. We're using a cable again, the upper portion of the cable with a single handle. He's sitting on a flat bench. Again, his arm is up and away from the body. His arm is tilted up just a little bit so we can get a better squeeze at the bottom. His elbow remains stationary throughout the whole entire set. He's getting a full range of motion from stretch to squeeze. And again, because his arm is away from the body, he's forced to initiate with the biceps and brachialis. There's no possible momentum or shoulder play coming into it. And as you can see, it really engages that brachialis really well, that ball right under the bicep. I'll show you this from the front real quick. And because of the position in the arm, he's very strongly working the inner head of the bicep. This is a great movement for isolating. Don't try to go too heavy, and make sure you get a full range of motion and a good squeeze at the bottom of the movement. Give this one a shot too.
All right, Merlin, what do you got for us this week?
Somebody asked me about the ketogenic diet, and I may have discussed this before, but I think it's worth discussing again. Basically, just want to know what's my take on the diet.
Stinks.
Not one of my favorites, but I have to answer this really in two different ways. I mean, if you're talking about using the ketogenic diet as a weight loss diet, actually it works pretty well. It works nicely for getting off body weight rather quickly. You drop a lot of water weight in the beginning, and you do drop body fat from having a very, very low carb intake. So, you know, for a sedentary person or a person who does, light exercise and that kind of stuff, and their main goal is to just lose a lot of scale weight, I think the ketogenic diet actually works pretty well. I don't necessarily think it's something that you want to stick to for an entire lifetime, but I think it's something that you can use for at least a few months to kickstart a good amount of weight loss, and then you want to slowly transition to a little bit more of a more balanced diet. Doesn't necessarily mean going back to any kind of a high carb diet, but a diet with a little bit more balance between the macronutrients. But when you're talking about using a ketogenic diet for bodybuilding purposes, even the purposes of getting ready for a competition, I'm not a very big fan of it. And that's for the simple fact that, in my experience, on the ketogenic diet, people tend to lose a lot of muscle mass. They do, a lot of guys will get into very good condition on a ketogenic diet, but Sometimes it doesn't really show on stage because the muscles are very, very flat, so they don't push out very well against the skin. So even if the body fat is low, you don't really look very muscular on stage. You kind of look depleted, and maybe like you are holding some water or body fat even when you're not. And a lot of people think, well, I'll take care of it the final week, I'll carb up the final week. But when you've been on an extended ketogenic diet for a while, you do not carb up that quickly. It does not work to just carb up in the last few days. Your body just cannot adjust quickly enough, and plus it's very, very unpredictable because your body doesn't have, the carbohydrates in it for so long. So then you don't know how your body's going to react to those carbs when you all of a sudden throw them in. You may even spill over. So it's not really a great diet for that, and it's not a great diet for muscle growth because we do need some insulin in our body for growth, especially after training. You want to have a little bit of an insulin spike. When you train, it's a very anabolic hormone. It will help to store glycogen in the muscle, help store amino acids, help store any supplements you take with it, like creatine, glutamine, those types of things. And like I said, we do need some insulin, preferably in the morning and after training, to help to bring about muscle growth. And when you're on a ketogenic diet, your insulin is always low. So there's also been some scientific research to show that cortisol levels are higher on a ketogenic diet. Cortisol, of course, eats up muscle tissue really badly, especially in the morning. One of the best ways to lower cortisol is to have some carbohydrates in the morning. Same thing with after training. After you've trained really hard, cortisol levels go up, so you need some carbohydrates. So not a big fan of the ketogenic diet for bodybuilding purposes, especially when it comes to holding on to muscle mass or gaining muscle mass. But a diet for general purposes of losing weight, losing body fat quickly, not a bad diet to follow. I just would have something prepared to go on to after a few months, a more balanced plan that's better for you nutritionally and that's easier to follow for the rest of your life.
Cool. Hi, Biggie. So you got some good news to talk about today. Spill.
Yeah, a little bit of good news. A few weeks ago, we attended the Legion Sports Festival in Long Beach, and my client Candice Carr, she placed third in the IFBB women's physique class out of like 30-something girls.
Yeah, it looked great. We did a little interview with her.
Yeah, I did an interview with her, and so proud of her. It was amazing. She came over from Trinidad and Tobago to compete, and she had won a Masters Pro Show earlier in the year, but she tried the open class, and so she did great. Really, really proud of her.
And that's after a 5-year layout, you told me. She actually kind of like stopped competing for like 5 years, and she has to come back.
She did. She stopped competing for about 5 years. She was kind of discouraged about the sport. I guess she did some research. She found me online. We started working together in 2018, and she's had a great year. Like I said, finished off with the third place at the Legion. Very, very tough show. And her biggest goal, she has two big goals. One goal is to compete at the Arnold Classic, and of course the second goal is to compete at the Olympia. And I just found out from her, it was confirmed that she will be at the Arnold Classic. She got her invite.
Woo woo!
Yeah, so that's
in Columbus.
That's awesome, in Columbus. Yeah,
the big one.
And,
wow.
So we're already back. I mean, we really didn't stop. I mean, after the Legion, we went back to the drawing board. We decided we're going to keep her very, very close to contest condition during the off season. Just a little bit of tweaking of a couple of areas that we want to bring out a little bit more definition. I don't really think she needs too much more muscle. She's packed.
She looks great.
She's packed.
Great
stacked.
lines.
And so I look forward to having her at the Arnold Classic in Columbus, and maybe I can get out there and watch her. That would be great too.
So awesome. Congrats to her.
Love making dreams come true and helping her, but she's a warrior. She's awesome, and good job, Candice.
Yeah, very cool.
All right.
And then what else you got?
Yeah, so I wanted to tell you guys that I recently started on my website, which is www.broserbuilt.com, a subscription workout program. And what that is for people who obviously can't train with me in person, and for people who can't necessarily work with me as a personal coach online, but still want to benefit from the different types of workout programs that I produce. I started a subscription program, which could be either 1 month at a time, 3 months at a time, or 6 months at a time. And what you get is there's two different types. There's a more of like a beginner intermediate, and then there's an advanced pro level, competitive level. And what you'll be getting is every week, directly into your email, you'll get a set of workouts based on the level. If it's going to be a beginner intermediate, it'll be those types of workouts for that level that you're at. If it's for advanced and pro, you'll be using my advanced protocols like PRRS, FTX2, FDFS, and SPEC. And every single week the workouts will change. They'll never be the same workout twice. It'll be emailed every Sunday night.
Nice.
So you can start on Monday, and I'll be emailing workouts in body parts. So basically you'll get a workout for the chest, for the back, for the shoulders, and then you can take those workouts and you can put them into whatever workout split you have for yourself.
Oh, nice.
You can put it into a 3, 4, 5, 6 day split, whatever you want to do. And it'll have all the exercises. It'll have the sets, the amount of sets, the amount of reps. It'll even have the lifting tempo and any intensity techniques. And like I said, it'll be based on the programs that I work with my clients. The only difference is with the subscription program is it's not going to be personalized to you.
But it's still a really good guide. Like if you don't,
Yeah, because it gives you the outline of the program,
Yeah.
And the exercises that I'm going to give you are going to be mostly the basics. I'm not going to get too crazy with specific machines because I don't know what you have at your gym. So I want people.
And you don't know what they look like either.
And I don't know what they look like.
So,
I don't know what body parts they have to bring up.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between personal coaching.
Yeah.
If you want the personal coaching, then obviously you need to have everything factored in, and I need to know what you look like, your level, what gym equipment you have, the whole entire
It's a good
thing.
stepping stone, though.
Yes, because this way you at least have really, really solid workouts based on principles that work. And worst case scenario, if you're missing a machine, you could just substitute an exercise, but you're still using the same principles.
Nice.
You're still getting the same exercise order of how you should be doing your body parts. And again, when you're using my specific training protocols, this way you have everything mapped out for you, right down to the lifting tempo, which everybody can follow and benefit from.
Nice.
So this is up on my website now, which I said is www.brosabuilt.com. There's 2 different levels, beginner, intermediate, and advanced protocols, and there's different amounts of time you can use it for. And it's a great way for people to work with me without actually working with me. And it's very, 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 very affordable, which is the best part.
And if they go on it and they actually decide to use it and have any question, they can always send them over here on Ask Merlin. You can answer them in the gym or on the show.
Absolutely. If you have questions and you're on the subscription program, just let us know. You can do it. You can email me.
You can demonstrate inside the gym, or
Absolutely. So this is just a great way and an affordable way to work with me. And to just have workouts so that you finally know that you're going to the gym and
make
getting
the
progress and making the benefits you need rather than just being in there haphazard, not knowing whether what you're doing is working. So
awesome.
Check it out, and hope to see you on the site.
All right. Thanks, man.